So I'm here to talk about probably the most important skill, body miking. Now, in large productions, there will be its own crew on body miking. Anywhere from 1 to up to 6 people will be miking and doing mic changes during a play. But when it comes to miking at the beginning, everyone should know how to mic, because when you're miking, 10 actors at the beginning and you have 4 people doing it, the more hands you can have, even the crew chief, everyone except for the A1 should be back there miking and trying to make it as fast as possible. There are a bunch of different mic techniques. We're going to start first with pack placement because it has the least amount of options. With the pack, the most common place for our theatrical productions is right here in the small of the back. The pack will be facing the inside and will go on the inside of their pants and just clip right there. It has to be facing the inside or else it will start flying around. If you're just doing like a speaker, like there's one person on stage speaking, you can put it in their pocket or whatever, but for a theatrical production, do not put it on their jeans pocket. It will fly off and it will get damaged, especially if they have a lot of dancing and choreography. Another option, when it comes to females, if they're not wearing shorts, that's another thing. You're not costumes, but you can make suggestions. If someone's wearing a dress that's not, too transparent, highly suggest that they wear shorts underneath that you can put a mic on. But if not, the back of the bra strap usually works, just right on the strap itself. For this type of technique, you do want to have a female micer doing that. Another option is ace wrap. If you have someone that you can't put it anywhere for whatever reason, we have this stuff right here. This stuff, I recently learned, is actually machine washable, so we can reuse it, because it does cost a pretty penny. But you can just take this stuff and just wrap it around the core several times, put the mic pack against it, and then do one more wrap, and it'll hold nice in this ace bandage. Some productions just do ace bandage, but I find small of the back usually works, and it's a lot faster to do, and it's a lot faster for mic changes. So that's pack placement. Now we're talking about the mic technique itself. So as we talked before about the different mics we have, this is the Countryman. It's the E6 if you care about the model. But keep in mind, this is fairly fragile. When it breaks, like I said, it's going to break here, here, or unplug at the ear. So this has 2 places it plugs in. It plugs in right here to the pack, and it plugs in right here at the ear. If you ever hear a loose connection, and we'll go through troubleshooting later, it's probably right here if it's on a Countryman. But it plugs in right here. I'm not going to put the pack on, but the cable runs up through the shirt. Instead of running it through the shirt, drop this down the back of the shirt. It just makes it a lot easier. And then this goes right around the ear. This bit bends to the ear, so if you can mic children with these. I've done 4th graders with these mics, and I've done adults with these mics. So it definitely bends. This also bends. And I will say, for the purpose of this video, it's very difficult to mic yourself, especially when not in a mirror, so this isn't the best demonstration of technique. But then you can just take this, take a little bit of mic tape, put it right here around this bone, and it'll sit right here. And you will have to bend it to suit. Notice it has a pop filter on it now. Highly recommend you always use a pop filter with these, because they're so close to the mouth, they get a lot of those plosives. Plosives are those explosive P sounds. They're what you notice most when people are speaking on mics, when they get too close and you hear the puh sound. This helps to get rid of some of that. But that's the Countryman. I'm not a huge fan of the Countryman. It sounds wonderful, but because there are so many different aspects of it that change, like if it's taped the wrong way, you can hear footsteps and things like that. If you have a lot of mics, I suggest not using it because you don't have time to fiddle with 1,000 of them. This is our body mic, our lav, as we said before. Here's one with the lav clip, so you can just clip it right on the collar like this. This is not suitable for any sort of production we do because the sound resonates in the chest and it sounds very boomy. It's not very clear. It's not what the sound we want. Notice this does have a pop filter. I highly suggest taking the pop filter off of this because this is visible from offstage. So it just slides right off. Same, just clips in the body pack. And there are a couple of different mic techniques with this. The first one is the cheek rig. This is was the most common because I didn't know any better. But it's super easy, super fast to do. And if you notice, we have makeup on a lot of our mics. Highly suggest alcohol wiping them down after you use them to stop that from happening. But this is what this is from. So the cable comes up through the back of the shirt right there, comes up across the ear, almost like a Countryman does. And then you'll put a piece of mic tape right here on this bone, right behind the ear to stop it from moving. And then I usually do one right here on the back of the neck where it goes in the shirt to stop it from moving around. Now, one thing you always have to do whenever you tape an actor is get them to move their head around. Because if you tape them too tight and they go to turn their head real fast, they'll rip the tape off and subsequently rip their mic off. And that does not need to happen. Then we have the forehead rig. I recently learned about the forehead rig because we watched a miking seminar in class. It sounds amazing. We did some A/B testing. We put 2 packs on one of our actors, and we put them on a cheek rig and on a forehead rig, and a forehead rig versus a regular lav versus a Countryman to see the different sound. And the forehead rig sounds amazing, especially for singing. But it does take a second to do it, and not being used to it, it can take a good amount of time. So this one, you're going to go through the head. You're going to come up straight from the back of the shirt, go through the hair, and then right out here, right at the hairline, right there. The trick to holding it is bobby pins. I usually take 3 bobby pins and make an X right here on the front of the head to hold it, and then put one more on a diagonal, like almost a straight, like almost 45 degrees to the X to hold it from going up and down. One right on the top of the scalp to stop it from sliding around, and then one in the back of the hair to hold it to the back of the hair. And then occasionally, if they don't have a lot of hair going down, I'll put a piece of tape right on the back of the neck to hold the mic there. It's a little more involved than the regular cheek rig, but it sounds amazing. And it's a lot less noticeable. So now instead of a black line across everyone's face, you have a small dot that they can hide in their hair, and it really does vanish. This isn't so big for sound, but theater follows the 15-foot rule, which is if it looks good from 15 feet away, it's fine because it won't be seen anyway, and that can vanish through 15 feet. But that's miking. That's pretty much everything. Thank you.
Thank you.